Energy retention is one of the most important characteristics of an aircraft's fighting capability, and will ultimately determine how an aircraft is meant to be flown. Today, I'm going to give you an overview of what energy retention is, how it affects flight performance, and give you some examples of how it can be used to your advantage in-game. So, what is energy retention? In a nutshell, energy retention is essentially how much speed an aircraft will or will not lose while executing a turn in any given direction. An aircraft with good energy retention will maintain most of its speed throughout a turn, and an aircraft with bad energy retention will lose a large amount of speed during a turn. There are a few really good guides out there on YouTube that go very in-depth on energy retention and explain very well how it works from a physics perspective. I will link one that I like down below in the description. But I'm more or less going to explain what it is rather than why or how it works, and then show you an example or two of energy retention being used to my advantage. So what I'm going to do now is show you two different aircraft that have very different levels of energy retention. First in the horizontal with a 180-degree turn, then using the same aircraft I'm going to do a half loop going up. And then I'm going to compare the speeds of before and after the loops and then compare the planes together. The two planes I'm going to show you are the F-5E and the MiG-21 SMT. The reason I'm choosing these two aircraft is because the difference in energy retention between them is very, very big, so it's going to provide a good example. Alright, so, first example, F-5E. This is one of the reasons this plane is so powerful. So, as you can see, I only bled 160 kilometers an hour from a starting speed of 1,000 kilometers an hour. Now, let's compare that to the MiG-21 SMT. Once again, starting at around 1,000 kilometers an hour. And as you see, the MiG-21 has much worse energy retention than the F-5E. You go from 1,000 kilometers an hour to a 180-degree turn, and you drop below 700 kilometers an hour for a 300 kilometer an hour drop. Okay, now I want to show you an example of a vertical energy fight. Now I know I just covered the MiG-19 in another video, but it's a perfect example of an aircraft that has fantastic vertical energy retention, and that's due to two different things. The first being the shape of the airframe, it already has good energy retention, and second, it has really powerful engines. So right now, I'm just trying to bait this F-5C into a vertical fight, because I know I will win that. Honestly, the fight should have ended right here, but I whiffed a pretty easy shot. But I guess it's going to provide content for the channel, so I guess no harm done. So now I go up again, and I'm pretty confident at this point he's not going to be able to follow my loop this time. Now he's bled most of his energy, and I'm going to be right on his tail. I really wanted to take some shots right here, but if you'll notice, I only have 8 rounds left in my gun. This was the end of a match. And I already had 3 or 4 kills at this point. So it's okay I didn't get a shot off there. All I gotta do now is go right back up like I was before. And he's really not gonna be able to do anything about it. He tries to follow me through this maneuver, but he's not gonna be able to get anywhere near me. He's still almost a whole kilometer away, and shooting those guns from that distance is not easy, especially when I'm turning. I kept expecting him to pitch down early, but he didn't and kept following me through it, so I should have just kept going up in a spiral. But I'm actually winning this little turn fight we got going on right now because I'm at a higher energy state, and he's finally going to pitch down, realizing he's not gaining any ground on me. As he pitches down, I line up a shot. Keep in mind I only have 8 rounds left. But it doesn't matter, I actually have some nice aim for once, and I hit him with a one-tap. The F-5C gave it a really good effort, but almost no matter what, if the MiG-19 is fighting vertically and you try and follow, you're going to lose the fight. Every single time. But regardless of that situation, it was a fun fight, good game, F-5C. Now, after everything I've said, just because a plane has bad energy retention does not mean it's a bad aircraft. Like the MiG-21 I used in my second example. The MiG-21 has pretty terrible energy retention, but it's still a fantastic fighter. You just have to be a little more careful with your speed. And one thing I meant to bring up while I was using the MiG-21 as an example is that it has a really powerful engine, so you can recover that lost speed very, very quickly. And sometimes there are even situations in which that is useful. Say you're flying a MiG-21 and you have an F-5E on your tail. When you turn in the MiG-21, you're basically a giant flying air brake, so in one turn out of the way, and then one turn back, you're going to lose a bunch of speed, so you're going to be on his tail, and then you got to use that super powerful engine to get all that speed back, and then you're going to be gaining on him. And just like that, you're in the advantage. So what I'm trying to say is that energy fighting isn't the only way to fight. You can fight in so many other ways with different little maneuvers that can give you the upper hand. Okay, I know I went in a pretty bare bones explanation of energy retention in this game. But all of my goal was for this video is to convey the basics of it. Like I said earlier, I'm going to link a video in the description of a video I really like that explains the more physics behind it. So after you're done with this one, go watch that video. I'm sure that guy would appreciate it. So that's all I got to say today. Don't be afraid to leave a comment, give me your thoughts. Press that like button, press that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.